Currently, a truly remarkable event is unfolding high above our planet. It's an occurrence that has seriously unsettled even the most confident analysts at NASA and Harvard. For the first time in recorded centuries, the Earth's magnetic field has exhibited a sudden, significant, and measurable change. This took place just days after the arrival of 3 Daedalus, an interstellar traveler quietly moving through our cosmic neighborhood. While no one can definitively establish a connection between the two events, the timing is far too precise to ignore entirely. Before we dive into this mystery, please remember to hit the appreciation button, subscribe, and let us know where you're tuning in from. I love seeing all the countries and cities that gather under this one incredible sky, reminding us that, despite our differences, we all exist beneath the same magnetic shield that protects every living pulse on this planet. So, what exactly is happening right now? Let's start with the basics. The Earth's magnetic field, our invisible guardian, originates deep within the molten iron core. It shields us from harmful solar particle streams, cosmic rays, and even aids creatures in navigating across land. For ages, it has generally remained stable, shifting slowly but steadily. However, this week that peaceful balance was disrupted. Within hours, sensors worldwide began detecting something extraordinary. The field didn't simply fluctuate, it twisted. The northern magnetic pole shifted almost 30 meters in a direction that contradicts the slow migration trend researchers relied upon for decades. This conflagration was unlike anything documented before, fast, deliberate, as if reacting to an outside force. This rapid alteration caught the scientific community off guard, and that's when someone noticed an unsettling synchronicity right before the northern pole's movement. 3I Atlas had crossed Earth's orbital path. For those unfamiliar, 3I Atlas isn't just another comet. Specialists classify it as an interstellar body, a voyager from a distant stellar region. Such objects are incredibly rare, with only 2 others having been recorded, Oumuamua in 2017 and Borisov in 2019. However, 3 Daedalus behaved in ways that contradict our laws of physics. Its brightness wasn't chemical, and its trajectory appeared directed. Now, after its quiet passage near Earth, our planet's magnetic rhythm has changed. NASA's Center for Predicting Space Weather quickly ordered an urgent evaluation. Data from orbiting vehicles indicated a brief surge in magnetic synchronization, as though our planet had experienced a gentle, invisible wave. Yet there were absolutely no solar flares or coronal mass ejections from the sun. The skies were calm. The only factor that differed was 3 Daedalus. Physicists are struggling to explain this anomaly. Some suggest that 3 Daedalus may have carried a massive plasma wake that interacted with our magnetosphere. Others believe it emitted low-frequency electromagnetic waves, subtle yet strong enough to nudge the field slightly. A few theorists even speculate about a potential gravitational reverberation, a fleeting warp that traveled through space and reached our core. However, this is where things become quite unsettling. In the hours following the magnetic shift, Earth's auroras ignited, not at the poles, but closer to the equator. Residents in regions such as southern China, northern India, and even Texas reported faint green arcs lighting up the night sky. Aurora experts labeled this phenomenon impossible. It seemed as though the magnetic shell had briefly altered its orientation, allowing energetic particles from space to enter regions where they had never been designed to penetrate. When the European Space Agency's Swarm constellation transmitted data, the evidence was clear. A spiraling disruption in the magnetic veil was rotating opposite to Earth's spin, almost as if an object grazed our planet's magnetic shield and left a mark. I've devoted decades to exploring the connection between magnetism and celestial influences, but this feels unique. It seems deliberate. Some academics at Harvard are dubbing this the Atlas phenomenon. They are not suggesting it's a theory of extraterrestrial intervention, but rather a term for the unknown variable. One researcher articulated it well. If the cosmos intended to catch our attention, this is precisely how it might do so, through the very field that supports our existence. That notion is genuinely humbling. Let's take a moment to reflect on that. If 3I Atlas somehow caused this shift, whether on purpose or unintentionally, what implications does that hold? Could it have projected a field so vast and ancient that even after traversing countless eons through the abyss between stars, it still retains the ability to influence a planet's very core? Some quantum mechanics experts argue that this is impossible, yet the empirical data suggests otherwise. NASA's magnetometers in Alaska, Greenland, and Antarctica all recorded the same distortions within the same 2-minute time frame, an event that has never happened before. This exact timing implies that the disturbance wasn't isolated, it was global. Imagine our planet as a giant resonating instrument vibrating with magnetic energy. When 3I Atlas drifted by, it was as if an unseen force struck that very frequency. This synchronized vibration could explain the displacement. It might even suggest that the visitor carried its own magnetic signature, something so alien that it temporarily harmonized with ours. But what kind of natural mass could achieve that? Celestial observers are baffled. Even the largest comets we've cataloged lack the density and energy to create such impacts. Some now theorize that 3I Atlas may not be a solid object at all, but instead a plasma structure, a collection of charged particles held together by magnetic forces. This would mean it resembles a conscious field more than mere rock, a magnetic entity wandering among the stars. If that hypothesis proves correct, then its interaction with Earth was not a crash, it was a communication. Envision marine mammals communicating across vast oceans using sound waves to connect. What if 3I Atlas did something similar, sending a vibration through the cosmic depths and our magnetic field responded like an echo? This is where intuition merges with established knowledge, and both feel uneasy. If 3I Atlas possessed such capability, then it might not be a solitary artifact. It could be part of a larger framework, a cosmic assembly of electromagnetic entities, transmitting information through sympathetic vibrations rather than radio waves. This possibility opens new pathways for cosmic comprehension. For now, NASA remains cautious. Their official statement labels the fluctuation a temporary magnetic anomaly of unclear origin. However, behind closed doors, many agencies are exchanging information at an unprecedented pace. The energy sector, NOAA, and even the US Navy are investigating how the shift impacted satellites, submerged vessels, and global positioning systems. Initial findings are alarming. Several communication relays briefly lost temporal alignment. Navigational compasses in northern regions exhibited erratic behavior. Even birds in Canada were seen flying in confused patterns, as if influenced by unseen forces. And deep within Arctic territory, one research outpost recorded an auditory experience, a faint, deep hum that continued for several minutes after the change. The source remains unidentified. Could all of this just be coincidence? Perhaps. However, every expert I've consulted acknowledges this. Such perfect coincidences are rare. This brings us to a crucial opportunity to examine the broader picture. Humanity has always lived under the assumption that the Earth is stable, that natural laws are reliable, and that space is silent. Yet occurrences like this remind us that our understanding remains limited. The universe is not a static entity. It vibrates with energy, potential, and surprises. This realization is vital for scientific progress. Out there, 3I Atlas continues its journey, now heading toward the far reaches of our solar system. It has become passive, no longer reflecting light as it used to. Yet that might be the most unsettling aspect of all. When it first appeared, it emitted an unnatural brightness, pulsing as if conveying a message. Now following this magnetic event, that light has faded. It's as if its purpose has been fulfilled. If we express this in human terms, it sounds almost poetic, a messenger passing by, delivering something unseen, and then fading back into the void. Perhaps its intention was not to communicate in our conventional way. Perhaps the medium was magnetic, a universal vibration that only planets can interpret. In my youth, I crafted my first receiver from scrap metal and conducting wire. I remember the pure joy of picking up faint messages from distant places, voices I would never meet, speaking across invisible aerial pathways. It felt like magic, yet it was simply applied physics hidden in plain sight. Maybe that's what we're witnessing now, a universal message, not conveyed through words or visible light, but through the most fundamental medium, magnetism. I often tell my students that the cosmos does not shout, it whispers. And those gentle communications are etched in fields, waves, and subtle vibrations that dance across the void. If 3I Atlas has imparted any lesson, it is that we must strive to listen in new ways. Perhaps this was not a threat. It was an invitation, a call to deepen our understanding of interconnectedness, to recognize that the universe itself may be a sentient network bound by unseen lines of force. Every star, every planet, every traveler connected by magnetic threads of time and energy. And we, the inhabitants of Earth, have just perceived one of those threads shift. So, I leave you with this reflection. What if this change was not a warning, but a mutual greeting? Do you believe that 3I Atlas triggered the Earth's magnetic pole shift? Or do you suspect a deeper mechanism is at play? Share your thoughts below. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this message with someone who still gazes at the stars in wonder. Because soon, when scientific exploration meets the unexplainable, we may come to understand that the universe has always been speaking to us, not through words or light, but through the quiet, powerful pulse of its magnetic essence. And when that understanding dawns, we will finally realize that every pulse, every shift, every fleeting cosmic presence is part of one magnificent dialogue, one that began long before human history and will endure long after we are gone. This perspective truly redefines our place in the cosmos.